week, but I'm okay.
Good.
I didn't get one actually.
Did you say you're being difficult?
That too.
Figured.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna set this up so other people can come.
Hi, Deb.
I have them in my ear, and that's really nice. My mom was not, oh, I'm right here now, like.
This room is noisy enough for 8.
My mom is. Do it for it. I have you here, but it should pick up from that one.
Oh, okay.
Can you guys hear us?
Can you hear me now?
I hear you echoing.
Yep.
Have any of you tried the link to get to this word search?
No.
I've got it.
Mary's got it.
You're all in there.
Oh, I see.
Did Tammy come? Do you know, Deb?
What?
Did Tammy come to camp?
Yeah, Tammy's here.
Yeah, Tammy is here with Valerie.
I know CJ wasn't going to come.
No, she has to isolate because of upcoming surgery.
Yeah, she's having her surgery.
And there's Lori.
I was here. I had somebody at the door, so I accidentally dropped off.
I sent a link to everybody for this word search we're doing. So
Right.
you're in it as well. So, and the people are supposed to come talk to you guys too. So. Well, hi, Pat. That's the answer.
I tell Lori. Lori, I see you in the puzzle.
Who's saying that?
That's Becky.
Who?
Becky.
Where are
That's not
you?
like Becky.
Hiding.
Becky's here.
I hear you, Becky, but I don't see you.
She's off the camera by Deb there.
Oh, okay.
I'm over here. I'm mostly behind the camera.
And we've got enough noise in the room that you would think we had 80 women here.
How
How many are there?
Yeah, how many are there?
We've got 30 or 31. A couple of them aren't here yet. Like we know Kirsten and Melinda will be late because Melinda doesn't get off work early for.
Did Cynthia make it? Cynthia Gaunt there? So it's always a question whether she'll find her way.
She was in a virtual.
She's doing virtual? Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Val.
Hey, Lori,
Yeah.
this is Pat.
Hey, Pat.
Ann just called me and she's having trouble getting on.
Who's having trouble?
Ann, Paul.
Well, she was on earlier.
What?
Well, Ann's having trouble.
Is she trying to do Zoom or live stream?
She's trying to Zoom.
And the link isn't working for her?
She pushes the Zoom to,
Oh, you're silent.
and nothing happens.
The only place that was kind of weird for me was when they, after you got on the Zoom, then they said that we're going to move you to a different thing. And I was wondering if I really should push that or not, but I did.
Yeah, I did the same, you know.
Yeah,
But
so
We're transporting you to another planet.
He didn't get it that far.
It's just a warning that we're live streaming so that you know you're on YouTube, but it's not showing you guys. It's just showing the room here. I don't know if you can hear any of that.
Can they hear us? Becky?
Yeah, the people, like where Deb's sitting, we can hear you through that computer.
Right, but I mean, can you hear us through the live stream?
I'm not positive. Lori, I found you. Lori, I found you.
Yay!
Well, we're having trouble hearing anything because of the noise in the room.
Yeah, what's with that? Who are
I
these
don't understand that. That's just.
Yeah, it's noisy people.
guys? Acting like they like being together or something.
Hey.
Yeah.
So what's different around the campgrounds?
We have a little bit of a building.
Oh, yeah?
Ooh.
The assembly building is going up.
Yeah, they've made good headway on the assembly building.
I was gonna take pictures.
Maybe you can show us tomorrow.
Whose name is Suit?
Nobody.
Are you having fun,
I have to
Deb?
go around and talk to people because I don't give you the list.
Is that Pat from Garden City in the flowered sweater and the red pants?
I don't know who that is. Who's she with, do you think? Who's got the long hair?
No, this is.
Where are you? I don't know if I
I see her at my aunt.
Hey, Millie.
Becky, where are you? I haven't found you. You haven't found you yet?
Oh, she got a late start. She did. A lady who attacked the people here.
Must have been one of us there.
He talks, what I have been doing is typing obnoxious messages and it's like putting my blurry thing up to the screen. I'm gonna turn it. Yeah, not that we can hear them, but you know, it's
looking for Becky W.
That's good. We gotta find, somebody's gotta find Becky. Whitaker.
But I wasn't done. That's why I didn't see her.
There's Melinda.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm a little tired. It's not like you can hear it.
Yes. But Cynthia's not up yet, is she? No. No, Cynthia yet. But we found Becky Whitaker is up over.
It's good to see them wearing their masks, isn't it?
Right here.
They should have their faces on their masks.
And their names are something.
I know they have name tags on, but
Put those on their masks. That would be good. Put your
Oh,
name
yeah,
tag on
yeah.
I think they need to tape their names on the back, on their backs.
That'd be good too. We're
I
seeing
feel
a lot
like we
of
should
that.
have masks on too or something.
Take one for the team.
Hey, Wendy!
You got Nancy?
Oh, I found Cat in the order. Oh, no, that's not ours. Matt, where are you? Where are you?
Are any of the rest of you trying this thing on your screens?
I have.
I never know how to get off of this and get onto something else without getting off of this.
I put the link in the chat if you can click it there.
That's
Except
a
you
good
have to
idea,
move
Becky.
different parts of the screen at different times.
Marianne. I still haven't had Denmark. Or Pat McDonald. Yeah.
I can't find myself.
I found several names, but I'm not coordinated enough to talk to people and look for names.
I'm with you on that. Hey, Deb, I really like your mask.
My mask?
I love your mask.
Great.
What is it on the middle?
A really good friend gave it to me.
Really? It's for our worship team.
Is that a chalice on in the middle?
Yeah, it's our logo.
Okay.
Logo. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it was probably you that gave it to her, huh?
You are. Right here. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So I still need to, let's see. Kirsty, I have to call Kirsty.
So is everybody having live services
We're having what?
or hybrid services? Or
We're still live streaming.
we're doing a hybrid thing. Not too many people showing up, and if you do, we've got like every other pew blocked off and some seats blocked off, and you have to wear a mask.
We just had our highest cases of COVID in Minnesota since December 2020. We're on the rise again.
Yeah.
You ready? Oh, still looking for.
Nicole.
Oh, Kolwey, I got her. Okay.
In Muscatine, we're having live services, and then he does
Between the two eyes.
a second service on Zoom.
Yeah.
But
Ours
we're
are
not
all,
singing,
There we go.
It says that.
and we're masking.
Good, good. Hey, Kathy. Hi, Kathy here. Kathy can't hear us. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Kathy.
who's talking to me? She says.
Welcome.
Hey, Kirsten and Melinda.
Are you saying hi to you?
Hi, Kirsten and Melinda. I'm glad you made it safely.
We're doing a puzzle. Everyone's name is in it. I think Lisa has them. I don't know. We have the extra puzzle.
We're doing live Zoom services, and then we have chat rooms we can go into afterwards.
It's gonna produce.
And
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, that is fun.
I'm happier when I make my own. I'm very careful.
And we've been doing sing-alongs in a big circle in the yard on Wednesday nights.
Oh, that's real nice.
Yeah, it's been so long since anybody sang.
So when I was going through to find them all so I could make an answer key, I circled Hannah, but
Yes, West.
Pat West. Yes, there is a Pat West.
There are a lot of Pats.
Anybody going to be in the talent show?
No.
I've got a Ventriloquism Act I want to do.
Oh, cool.
Maybe.
Sue, I couldn't hear before. If you said, did you have something recorded?
I can record it. Mar said since he has time, he thought it was tonight and he wouldn't have time to figure out how to send it to you. But we could record it and email it to you. Would that work okay?
Yeah, let's try that.
I'm not sure if I have your email address. Probably I do.
You can send it to the retreat email that the Zoom links are in.
Can you write it on a piece of paper and show it to me? Because I can't hear
Hey,
you. very well.
Hey, Sue, Becky is who sent us the Zoom links, that email with the Zoom links.
Okay, I can just send it right back to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If not, I can just record it on my camera and hold it up to the camera because I do that Sunday nights for my kids. Grandkids. Sometimes it's fuzzy, but
We might be able to figure out how to get you live, but I'm not sure.
well, yeah, I'm better off.
If you'd rather record, then that works too.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been looking at this person who has a flowered sweater and it's on Anna Bliss's
Right. Who is that?
thing. Is that Pat Francis?
I think so.
I think
Oh,
Yeah.
he hasn't turned around once.
Pat Francis is here.
that's Pat Francis, right?
I think so. The floral, huh?
Yeah, we're going with Pat Francis.
Don't.
Masked person. Finally give me my Halloween mask.
I love your Halloween mask. I was just about to say that.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Been waiting for
And Halloween's on Sunday.
it is. So even though we're very excited it was going to be on a Sunday and we were going to have treats and everything.
Hey, Becky,
Yeah,
will you tell Wendy I miss her?
I will do that.
She's ill.
She's sick. Oh, in there? I don't know. Lori, yeah.
Lainey, have you decided what you're doing for the talent show yet?
Nobody was going to do what I suggested, where I was going to have someone actually watch them and then decide. Because everybody is saying, nobody knows how awesome the Keynote really is, which is part of why I was tempted by it. Plus, Lego style action, you know, it's pretty awesome. But so many people said, honey.
You're gonna have to flip a coin.
Honey's fresh in my mind. That's how I did all last week.
Lenny, she's above. She's diagonal. From the middle between the two eyes up. Okay.
Have we found, where is Christy? Besides right there on the screen.
Who found me yet on the?
Yeah, I found you. Okay.
I thought I found Christy, but I'm not.
No, you don't have her.
Deb knows.
She's in this quadrant and she's diagonal.
I just found Millie.
Okay, now.
Is that clock accurate? Do we know?
7:34, I bet.
Okay. I figured, we give them till 20 till. Or maybe
No,
not,
you're
not
wrong.
quite. You know, I'm not above slacking, right?
Hi, Christy.
Christy's up here diagonally.
Where am I at the top?
So it's Mary and
Okay, she's
Talker
gonna tell us if
on.
there's a problem.
I do have Margaret.
We got about 3 more minutes.
Uh-oh.
We'll hurry.
We have a speaker. You know.
Lori. Yes, everybody.
I didn't notice it take so long.
What?
I didn't know it'd take so long.
Well, there's a lot of us, so.
Oh, I found her finally, Christy. She's going from the bottom, from southwest to northeast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, let me see. Oh, okay, yep,
Find you?
yep, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Oh.
Okay, so let's see, who else is on there? Okay, let's see. I have Mary Herlocker, I got Sue Prinz, I got Lori, I got Nancy, I got Christy.
Did you get Margaret?
Margaret I got, yep. Pat M.
I got Lori, I got Nancy.
Who's that? Oh, that's you. That's not very helpful.
Who's that? Oh, that's us.
Hey, look at, I'm in there.
I have Becky with an I.
Becky with an I is this Becky. Becky with a Y. I'm not sure where she is, but
Yeah,
Becky Hartley.
I think I got one Becky. Yep, Becky with a Y. I don't think I have Becky with an I.
Becky with an I, and her last name is Whitaker. I think it's up in this corner somewhere. I have to double check for sure.
Yeah.
By the way, our chair of worship and I were setting things up for World Communion Sunday yesterday, and she sent a World Communion banner. If you want it up for chapel, it's in Anna's car.
Not a problem, no rush.
Okay.
No rush.
I just didn't want to force it on you, but if you'd like it, we will.
I'm on.
So you didn't put it up in our sanctuary?
Not the World Communion one. We got a map up and we've got the ribbon B green thing.
Okay, keep your mask on. Thank you.
You don't want to get
You
sick.
can hear me.
Right, we don't want to get sick here.
We need a microphone.
Yeah, I'm gonna spit on you right now.
Oh, I can't wait to see it, Deb. I'm sure it's beautiful, whatever y'all did.
Well, I got creative with the map,
Where am I?
Yeah.
and actually we can leave it up for the entire
I'm in
series.
the top left.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, I'm right under CJ apparently. I didn't have her yet.
Oh, yes, CJ. Yep. There's Becky.
There I am.
Thank you. Did you find me already?
I don't think so. I'm only kind of halfway here because I'm getting everybody set right. We have some lost people.
This happens someday.
It does. And Wolverton is having a hard time finding us.
I know.
Is Carol Walters there? I haven't seen Carol go by.
I haven't seen her either.
Slow.
We're gonna very simply go around and each person's gonna say where in this thing your name is.
Becky, you muted, so we can't hear. Becky, you muted.
Sorry.
Okay, Megan, describe where.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm muted.
Wherever it at.
And it looks like we're the.
No, it's the right side's right eye.
Yeah.
Cathy?
I go first, right.
Second row in.
Second row in, next to Charlene. Oh, yeah. Perfect.
I'm on the left side of the mouth, I'm Gull, G-U-L.
That's L-U-G.
Yeah, okay.
I like love better.
Love.
Whatever you
Bottom of the mouth, A-L-I-H.
You're at the top left.
Top of the mouth.
You're on the top left.
I am on my left side looking at it.
Okay.
On the side of the mouth, on the left side, nearest in, and my claim to fame is on backwards and upside down. Upside down.
Now you're talking about your name? or-
My name.
Okay.
On the right, looking at it, we're Cathy, Charlene, and I have.
Okay. Kathy?
I am between the right eye and the mouth, straight down. Starts with the C and ends with the K.
Yep. Val?
I'm by the right to the left of the right eye, vertically second column on the right of the right eye.
Everybody follow that?
No, right eye vertical.
Second row.
She's in the middle. Closer to the person's left eye. You're right.
Middle of the eye.
Pat? Oh, Pat D. There's a.
Yes, there are. So I'm in the, bottom left-hand corner of the mouth. This way.
Yeah, that's how yeah, it's like Hannah.
My turn. So Hannah, I'm diagonal on the, well, if it's facing you, the right side of the face. Near my sister-in-law.
This is better than stage right, stage left. Okay, Terry?
I am underneath, if you're looking at it, I'm underneath the right eyeball, 3 lines up, J-I-R-R-E-T, backwards, Terry J. Jarrett,
you got a new name.
I am on the right eye, no, sorry, left eye. If I'm looking at it, it's the left. Oh, yeah. If I'm looking at it.
You'll notice that people keep taking their mask off to
Right
talk.
eye, right eye. Left. Diagonal.
Diagonal from the eye
If I'm
to the
looking
cheek.
at it, it's left eye. Diagonal, the only B in that row. I don't see it. On the left. On the left.
Yeah.
The B. There's a B right
The B is
bottom
2 up in the
corner, bottom B.
And it heads southwest.
Becky?
I'm like, in the lower right, or lower left corner, next to Tammy. Becky B. Right here. I'm next to Tammy. Diagonal. Right here.
Charlene?
I am, if you're looking at it, I'm on the right side, third from the edge between Cathy and Karen.
Nicole?
Marla Wolfie's gonna eat these.
Yeah, girl. With a W. With a W. Nicole W.
Woo! Because she's married now.
One face and an eyebrow, eye and an eyebrow. Left eyebrow. So if you start the top row, Q, and then the B, right next to it, at a diagonal in the left.
That new.
Oh, backward, I'm an eyebrow.
Wendy B.
She's right here.
I'm the nose.
She's right here.
I'm right in the center. I'm Melinda with an A, and I'm bottom to top.
Yep.
Melinda T.
Let's see. Kate?
I'm Kate W, and if you count in 1, 2, 3, 4 lines from the left, you'll see a Q at the bottom, and it's K-A-T-E-W backwards.
Well done. Nice description. Very nice.
I'm Carol.
Wendy?
Pat,
I'm Vermont. at West, and I am, if you look at the bottom line of his upper lip, you've already got it. And there's a ZP, and I'm the PHW diagonal side.
Oh, right there, okay. She's next to love. She's next to love. I need another pet.
I'm on the right side of the face, looking at the right side of the face. And two lines up from the bottom of the eye, and the two next to the PHS.
And I'm not sure.
Anybody figure out who she is yet? She just told us where she was.
Mary Ann, hi.
That was Pat Francis.
Okay, so she's like the mustache of the lower.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, Anna?
I'm more of the mustache, but being a palindrome, it's Vanna.
Yeah.
Anna B, I'm backwards, so it looks like Vanna. Next to Mary Ann, above Harry J backwards, Jared.
Yes. Elaine?
Remember the eyebrow? That was Wendy.
Yeah.
So we're looking at the left side of the picture, the right eye. And her, right at the top of that eyeball there's the W for Wendy. I'm the E because we're good together. E, Elaine T, diagonal going down left.
Millie?
Here.
Yeah, I know. That's why I explained it. I'm below that, so by the right eye, just below. MILLIE.
You're a cheekbone.
Cheekbone.
Yeah.
I'm the cheek blush. Kirsten and Melinda, you get a chance to find yourself.
I follow Linda.
If you can find Millie, I'm the line right above her. I'm right under
Oh, yeah.
her.
Melinda.
Yeah. Melinda Ann? Kirsten, have you found yourself?
She's by the left eye going diagonal.
Right under.
Oh, yeah, right next to her.
Right under.
Oh, yeah, there you
Yay.
Okay, so there are some people that are virtual, and Lori Fail is like in the forehead on the right side, on your right side, second line.
Oh.
And under her, it looks like it says JENK.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Jen Kringle. Over on the very left side, like left temple, at a diagonal going up is CJF. She goes by CJ and her last name's Floyd, so CJF.
And I'm right under her.
And Becky's right under her, yes.
Another eyebrow.
I never saw that.
Not really, it's like a scar on the temple. Okay, so then, there's Antoinette. Antoinette P.
At the bottom.
She's diagonal. and
The
goes
bottom A.
all the way across.
Starting at the bottom A.
Yeah, and it goes up. She's over here.
Starting with the bottom A. Look at the A at the bottom.
Yes. And then Sue Prince is
Soupy.
a little farther over. She goes down. Yep. And then going straight across, like one letter over from the U in Sue, is Nancy B, Nancy Brookhart. Then Ann W, Ann Wolverton is. There you go.
There's Ann W. Oh. Oh, I found her.
I'm like, I don't even know if I got.
Okay, up across, like unibrow is Cynthia Gant, Cynthia G. And then, skip another letter over and it's, backwards, it's Jess A, Jess Armstrong.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Yay, Jeff. She wrote it after we got the.
And then
Oh.
E and Jess is D Ward going down. Who else? Did we get Christy? Christy starts like in the middle of the nose and goes up to the right. Kristy.
Oh, right here.
The K, and then it goes northwest.
Oh, yeah.
Upside down.
Margaret
The K up here is the last name.
Margaret's a mustache from rappers.
That K is not hard.
Okay, so Margaret Hutchins, who's a member of First that lives in Iowa. There's nothing wrong with that. No, we like her a lot. I just found it. Iowa people too. I guess. So she's under, she's right
Millie
above
Webb.
the eyeball that's on your right.
She's above
And it's backwards and it's above, Anna B.
Yeah, right above Anna B.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Margaret H.
So it's MARTAREC.
Looks like Telegram.
It's right above that.
Yeah, all right, so.
Did everybody,
Telegram, I think so too.
Holy cow.
Oh, no, I'm right between the eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Spell backwards, it's DEP.
Yeah.
Mary Herlocker is in here somewhere. Yeah, Mary Herlocker is
Yeah, I can tell you.
yeah.
Mary Herlocker is on the left eye.
The left eye.
Left eye on the right side at the bottom. Backwards.
I think she's getting you.
Okay.
You think they heard?
I think Deb got you covered.
Next to Janet Locke.
So, right now, I have the answer. Come look at it. But right now, I'd like to introduce our guest speaker, Cathy Kolwey. And she's going to talk to us about spiritual okay. She and I both graduated from United Theological Seminary, and another UTS grad recommended her when she couldn't, so she's a good choice.
Well, thank you for inviting me in. I will start by saying I have a 13-year-old son, so Friday nights for me are usually filled with football games and lots of boys, so I'm really excited. Without any children, and you can ask her about it. To be in a group of ladies, get your girl on. And get my girl on, I love that. I'm gonna ask the folks that are joining from online, step away at this point and go and see if you can find yourself a sheet of paper, preferably blank, a pencil, a Sharpie or a black marker, and some crayons. And while I give my little introduction of myself, if you could find that, then you will be able to participate in your activity as well. And on the table, we put out supplies for 5 people per table. So this table over here that, you know, is clearly the social, clearly the extrovert table. You guys might need to still grab supplies. Appreciate my art supply. I have it here. Yeah.
Excuse me, everybody, you need to keep the noise level down so the people online can hear. And for that matter, so I can hear. You know, just let's keep it down to a mild level.
Okay, the people online have told us that they're having trouble hearing. So for this next part, we can just keep it down just a little bit. And I will just tell you a little bit of history about myself. I'm a second career pastor ordained in the UCC. My first career, I was a textile designer. And so when I was in seminary working out my theology, I landed deeply in this idea that we are creators made in the image of a creator God. I don't love words. I can use them when I have to. Actually, that's not true because I'm a poet too. But I am much more connected to a creator God with color, with pattern, with shape, than I am with words. And so in my spiritual practices, I do things like draw, paint, take photographs. Sometimes the words come from the photographs, but not always. And I just have this theory that, like, when God speaks to you, not often do you hear a voice. Not often do you hear words, but God speaks in what? In sunset, in, you know, nature, which is gloriously artistic, right? And so what we're going to do this week is I'm just going to share with you some of the practices that I use to connect. Some of these are going to be listening activities. Some of them are going to be creation activities. And when I come and I tell people that I'm an artist and that we're going to do art together, inevitably the room splits in two, and half the people are like, yes, someone who has brought art supplies. I feel seen. And the other half is like, oh my God, how am I ever going to get through this? What I would say to the second group is that I believe that everyone is an artist. And the activities that we're going to do this weekend are, you know, in my mind, there's a big difference between product art that you produce to hang on a wall, and process art. And what we're going to be doing this weekend definitely lands in the process art category. So you are just gonna, I think this is the rowdy table over here. We got the extra ones over here. Oh, yeah. I feel like I found my people. But I got people back up. I have people pulling out so yeah, so we are going to do process art, and that means that, you know, you may not have a picture that you think needs to be put in a frame, but it may connect deeply with a feeling in you, and when you look at it, you might want to keep it on your bulletin board, and just it will remind you of being here and being in this group together, and, you know, just that is my idea of good art. Art that is processed, that you reflect in the process of doing it,
and it becomes something meaningful to you, whether or not you want to put it in the frame or not. Does that make sense? Yes. Have people done process art before? Some yes. Yeah. Yeah. So tonight I just want to lead us through one activity. Friends who are at home, I hope that I talked just long enough that you were able to grab a pencil and a piece of paper and a Sharpie and some crayons or some colored pencils, and that you're back and joining us. The activity that we're going to do tonight is about listening for God. So what is God saying in this moment? We're about to be on retreat together. We're about to spend time together. So we are going to do an exercise that's a little bit like cloud watching. Have any of you laid in the grass and looked up and you look at the clouds and it's like, what do I see? What do I see? Right? You've all done that. This is a similar activity. So we're going to listen for God, and we're going to try and figure out what we see in the art that we create. So I'm going to have you start with just the piece of paper and your pencil. And at this point, I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath. Take in all the beauty of being here and exhale all the stress, everything that you left behind. Just take a couple of deep breaths. And then what I want you to do is put the pencil in your non-dominant field. You are right-handed, the pencil goes in your left hand, and anybody can go in your right. And now I'm going to actually invite you to close your eyes. Close your eyes. And just spend 1 minute of time putting scribbles on your paper. Keep your eyes closed, work with your non-dominant hand, and you just want to do this. Let your arm move, and just fill in that sheet of paper. Yeah, try and stay on the piece of paper.
You get to wash it later.
And good deep breath as the squiggles come. Clocking it, we're at about 45 seconds. If you feel, we hit a minute. So if you feel like you have filled your paper, you can stop. You can open your eyes. I already hear, this is not what I thought I was going to see.
No, it's not. I'm like, who did that?
Okay, so now we're going to move into that space where we're cloud watching. Okay, so just look at your scribbles and see if there is a shape or a space or a line that pops out of you that feels stronger than the rest, or that, actually, that's really good ones over here. And just sort of look at your squiggles. See if you can find an image and have it emerge. And as you do that, you can outline with your pencil. You can, if a line feels stronger, you can go over it so it's. And you know, this is an activity that you may want to like do this as you go. You know, like don't decide I scribbled this way, so therefore the orientation must be this way. Like it might emerge this way. It might emerge horizontal. And I would encourage you to work slowly in this this part of the process. Often people just want to circle something and be done with it, but really like take time to look at it from all angles.
When you said like go over the lines again,
well, I mean, when you feel ready, you can move to using crayons and Sharpies, but I would encourage you to not do it too quickly. And then the other thing I would say is as you see images pop out, if there are lines that seem to be in the way, you're allowed to erase those. If that will help the image become stronger.
Can't erase mine.
it is, it's on there. If I see several things jump out, it's okay to take them as separate.
It is okay to take several things. And if nothing pops out, but maybe one shape or one line, feel free at this point in time to grab some color that you're attracted to, grab the Sharpie if it's calling your name. And just start to move to a place where you're putting color in, where you're concretizing those lines with Sharpies that you can't erase. And yeah, let this be a meditative time.
Yeah.
If you pick yellow, why did you pick yellow? If you pick purple or red. And I would invite you to be like the next 10 minutes in silence. That might be long. And just reflect on the colors, the image, the line, the scribble, and really get lost in the coloring of it. This is the point where I would usually put on some quiet music, but I figured that would probably be too hard to manage with the at home folks. But this activity with music, feel free. Again, as your image emerges, if there are lines that seem distracting, you are allowed to erase them. And if you have almost a complete image, but one little thing, you can add a line or two. If the image is getting more complete and you're adding color, and you're working with the marker, start to meditate in your mind about what might this image mean to me in this moment. Is this a message that I can receive? Something that God is telling me. What does the image mean? And the final step in the process, as you land on. Final? Well, I say it's still changing. Still changing. And we're not done yet, but I'm giving you a glimpse of the end. You know, as you're working and as you're thinking about what does this image mean to me, or what could I be receiving in this picture? The final step would be to write maybe just a short prayer or mantra or intention, whatever speaks best to you, that would maybe capture the feeling of the picture and its meaning. And then either write it on the back in pencil, or if it feels right, write it right under the picture, or put it in, you know, cursive it in as part of the picture. Thank you. Yeah. This can be our way of like creating intentions for the weekend together. It looks like some people are kind of in the finishing stages. And I always like to invite people to share, but knowing that sharing is like being in an elevator. Some people only want to get off on level 2, some people want to get off on level 25. So no pressure to share if you're more introverted. But I would love to hear, how did the Spirit speak to you in this process? I don't like to pick on people or point people out, but I did hear you say, tell me your name again.
Cathy.
Cathy, I did hear you say, well, this is not what I expected it to be. So do you want to say more about that?
Yeah, I will. You know, I thought that I had written all over this page, and I was shocked when it just wasn't as much as I thought, and I was so disappointed in myself. Like, oh my God. And then I started to look, and I thought, oh, this is my face. And I started to color it in and stuff, and then I realized, no, it's not my face, it's me, well, you can't see it, but it's me fishing, my face, or me fishing, I don't know. And it, you know, it makes sense to me, but I'm newly retired, so I called it retirement, being, not doing. Fishing is not something I like, but it does sort of represent, you know, not really producing any heavy labor. I mean, you know, for the man.
It is
So-
more being, a being.
Yeah.
activity than it
And
is-
then I looked at it, I thought, remember when our kids were little and they would say what things were in a picture and then you would write it down. So I did that too, and that was very, very fun.
Yeah.
And this is my face and this is my fish. Very nice, thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else want to share? What you came up with or the process? Yeah, I mean, you explained very well the process of, I thought I was going to land here and then I landed somewhere.
So
very
weird,
different.
yeah.
I'm very intrigued by yours. I want everybody just to see it.
Wow.
And am I reading it correctly? Like, is it mountains?
It's mountains, water, a tree, glass, and then the tree's name.
Nice.
Nicole, can you turn it this way?
Yeah.
Thanks.
And if anybody at home wants to share, type it into the chat. Can we do that? Type it into the chat and then somebody will read it to the group.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
So it started out as really just a bunch of scribbles, but there were two, what appeared to be heads that were bowed to one side. And I added them, you know, I started to see them the one over here. But I wasn't sure what they were looking at until I saw kind of down here. And to me, that's women that are looking at a baby. And when you said, what does this mean? The words that came was, life finds a way.
And what a beautiful image for our group together for the weekend. All of our together, kind of on that central.
Yeah. And I kept all my scribbles and then I used it like, yeah, and colored it.
Is there a third cat in the room? Yes, let's take them.
These two cats are very
We
similar.
didn't look at each other, but ours are pretty similar, so I'd like to see. Oh, wow. You're still.
Oh,
Me behind that.
Right, okay.
Oh, my.
There's the other cat.
Oh, no.
There's two cats.
You have different colors on it.
Oh.
I guess you're rounded TV.
Yeah.
One kind of top is an infinity circle, so we're in the infinity of God's creation here.
We do have a couple online who'd like to share.
Yeah.
Margaret, do you want to share, and I'll re-say what you say.
I'm not sure. This is all image,
Can you hold
and it was all done with my non-dominant hand. So I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Okay. What that is to me is a little young cartoon elephant. And one of the places that I've always wanted to go since I was in first grade is Thailand. So to me, it's okay, go to Thailand.
Cool.
Can you hold it up one more time?
Sure.
We just figured out a way to show you to everyone.
Love it.
Right, and Sue would also like to share.
I was a lot like Cathy. I thought I was all over the page and I wasn't. And it was real scribbly. I got a bird on there and a cow. And paisley, which I like. So what I wrote on it was where it was real scribbly, and it's what I've been doing lately, just lazing and wasting and ignoring and sleeping. But over here where it's a little more regular and looks like it's actually going somewhere, it's what I want to be creating and imagining and pursuing and doing.
Great.
Mental.
I say, I don't want to pressure anybody, and then I go around the room and I pressure people. I shouldn't do that, I know. Does anybody else want to share either their picture or the prayer that came out of it, or the intention that came out of it?
I could share mine because it's so different from everybody.
Let me ask you, oh.
We have one more virtual if Anna can hold them up again. All right, hold on, Pat.
Something very concrete. I saw man's best friend. No, the one who always loves you no matter what. I don't know. That's kind of what came out. He's not pretty, but he's faithful, or she.
That is gorgeous. That is a gorgeous dog. And so if no one else wants to share the beautiful pictures that I see in front of me that should be shared.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. Wait. Let me ask you a second question. How was that process for you? Like, how did it feel? You clearly were surprised.
I hate art and I'm pretty sure I've told multiple times, oh, you're just not very good at this, are you? I know, back in the day, the medieval times, and so we weren't that nice to children. But anyway, yeah, I thought it was like, and I'm also a skeptical person, and I think, oh, this is so stupid, I do that multiple times.
Yeah.
People know that's about me, and so I'm happy, so that kind of makes it even sweeter when it's kind of just sweet. That's the way it was. That's all it had to be.
Yeah.
It didn't, have to be.
I am not artistic at all, and it was fun. It was very non-threatening, and then you have no idea what you're doing with that non-dominant hand, and then you find maybe some shape and a story in that.
Yeah.
Well, I would have to say that I think I ran out of pencil lead because my eyes are closed. I'm not sure that all the lines that I thought I wrote down were actually transferred from the squiggling. But the word love was superimposed out of the squiggles. And that's, I don't know, I don't know if I should have had more lines. That looks absolutely, but when I looked up, there was no pencil lead. So, I don't know how long I didn't have pencil lead.
You were just trying to hit the shark.
Like, keep going, I'm like, okay.
been more.
What about the table over here? Responsive to the process?
Can I share something that I was reminded of? Yeah. It's a picture that a friend shared on Facebook, and you can't see it very well because it's really small. But I'm gonna try and blow it up a little. It's a 7-year-old's drawing of a girl racing a horse. And you look at it and you go, oh, I can totally tell what that is. Oh, that's really great. And when my daughter was about 7 years old, she asked me one day what I did at work. I told her I worked at the college, that my job was to teach people how to draw. She stared at me incredulous and said, you mean they forget? As children, we all draw. But a lot of us stop drawing because we're told that we're not good at it.
We're told that we're not. Can you take the picture over?
Yeah.
And hold it up?
I'm not.
My.
Hard to see. Is that centered?
No.
Up, up there.
Yeah.
You know, that is the very essence of process art instead of, like, all of the kids that were told they were bad at art, come from a mindset of you have to produce something and it has to be pretty. Art does not have to be pretty. Art can be painful, art can be
Messy.
moody, art can be messy, art can be full of tears, art can be full of joy. So hopefully we're gonna do some activities today and tomorrow that will just help us reconnect with that. And thank you for that quote.
And this, you can see, like, it really is just scribbles, and I kind of colored in a couple of things. And then we just had to start writing the words. That's when I started to feel like it was working for me. So I wrote a lot of words, and it just is spiraling there, and getting deeper and deeper and figuring something out. But you can always make it smaller and find more details. But when I started writing the words down, this whole activity started making more sense. So yeah, this is kind of the way I was.
Yeah. So would you want to share the words or no? You can just tell me that.
No. Well, I mean, like this moon is just a partial moon. I wrote state of flux.
Yeah.
Next to it because the moon is only partial, but it totally jumped out at me at the moon. It's jumped out at me as a star that was actually a shooting star pointing towards the moon, which I thought was really so, yeah, otherwise I just feel like here's what makes sense.
And from further away, I have to say that the next one
Are they
is very
protected?
beautiful.
Mhm.
It looks like
Yeah. I don't play an instrument, but I do like to sing. I love music. I just want to play.
So we were surprised by the process. We were okay with the process. Gave up a little control. We have about 10 minutes until vespers. If you are one of the people who is still coloring, you can keep coloring. If you need to take a water break or a bathroom break, take a bathroom break. If it feels more comfortable to share at the table, because sharing with the entire group is too much, you can pick somebody at the table that you know and have trust with and share with them, or you could just stick with color a little bit more.
We're inhibited by our colors. They're like, bright greens or so brown and yellowy. And you were inhibited by our
I found myself zoning in on the
What? Oh, yeah.
Like, it doesn't really look like anything specific. I thought maybe I should call it.
Kirsten and crayons.
Yeah.
Narrow path through the chaos.
I was reminded of a very old TV show for your time about this African-American nurse who was a single mom and a son. And she got really, really concerned because all the paintings he brought home was black. So she, she's wondering what's going on, and teacher, and teacher's like, he seems well adjusted. I don't know what this is about. And apparently the doctor that the nurse works for said, have you asked him? Well, no. Why did you ask him? Why is that what you're saying? My legs are so short I can't get there fast enough. And black is the only color we left. Simple explanation. Nice and straightforward kid answer, and all the adults are. Well, mine started out oriented one way, and then as I was like trying to trace around, I suddenly saw this outline of somebody. So I gave it features. So originally I was like, okay, land and water and sort of a boat, and I love being around water anyway, so it's part of my
Just on this activity.
Something personal.
You know how, spiritual practices, right? Some people tell you to keep a journal, right? Write your morning thankfulness, write your morning or your evening pages, or this is another option for listening for God. Get a spiral notebook like this and do, a scribble drawing like once a week or once a day or whatever your routine is. And you actually can start to see patterns and things emerge, like you're doing it every day, or just 5 minutes in the morning or 10 minutes at night every Monday, or every Sunday before church, or every Sunday, like you can actually see patterns emerge. So that's a spiritual practice that I do sometimes. For those of you who love Sharpies and kind of lying around. Thank you. I recognize that.
And so it always has your dreams.
Yeah.
I don't know what I do, but it's screen until snap to it. So, and I always see in that, you know what I mean, because it was curly and squiggly and rough.
It's a hot water pot. It's just when it's there. It's fine.
Mine. But I always saw stuff like that. And I always see she worked together. It's there we go. I applied that. Yeah. But nothing always stops my shoulder.
Three girls. And Nicole was going to room with her, but then the three girls moved into a different room, so they just all three girls stay together.
Yeah. Huh. We'll have to ask them.
Seriously. Oh, yeah, like I mean, like, look, like I had a
What? Oh, you're showing off.
Oh, look at Oh, there you go. Thank you. Where are they? I'm collecting some purples. Yeah.
Are there blues and greens around somewhere?
Well, I'm not sure what I can. I got green. Oh, yeah, like, no, I, for the record, after. Yeah, great. Wow. She doesn't want to go down the stairs. Well, yeah. So you're thinking to the wall, but I always see. Yeah. Different boxes, different colors.
Yeah. There you go. And we got blue and green boxes somewhere?
Green and blues are different in different boxes.
Green.
Very.
Very attractive. What do you have there?
Green. I was so green. I have 5 different colors of green on our table. I didn't know there were that many colors of green.
Only place in Professor Ankeny was the whale. As we reenacted the story.
I think that might be part of it. My daughter did. My goal is she does her board.
I still think I'm purple in there.
So what do you have pictures? Oh, yeah.
We still have it. Yeah, she's been in there for a little bit.
Well, it was just the more I looked at it, I don't know, is it flowers or maybe it's kind of leaves? Or leaves. Yeah, it could be, I mean, that's just. Where's the dragon? I don't see the dragon.
No, I was thinking it from the distance. I'm trying to figure out where it's going.
So, I mean, when I was looking at all these things.
Is there a box, blue crayon somewhere?
Yes, because all I did was go around.
Oh, she's chatting.
Say hi here if you'd like.
Hi.
Yes.
I just like seeing everybody's faces.
You want to introduce her, Cathy? Yeah. Carol is at an Eagles concert. It's one of those things where she bought tickets and then got canceled because they rescheduled. She'll be here before breakfast dinner. Are you writing down your homework? She's so polite about it. She's just gonna say,
So tonight, our devotions are led by our chaplain, the Reverend Kate. And she is, I don't even know where we ever met. I just met her forever. She was in high school. Anyhow, so when we were thinking of chaplains, I think that trying to find people. And then I think I just saw you on Facebook and I said, oh, that would be great. Let's have Kate. So Kate's been well, you've been hoping to
I'm ordained disciple and I serve you.
Right. Anyhow, so, oh yeah, we used to do,
Theology on tap.
theology on tap and anything.
Yeah, we learned that bacon vodka is a real thing.
Yeah, you should try it.
Bacon flavored vodka. If you indulge it, and if you like Bloody Mary.
that's gonna be perfect.
So that's the English. Anyhow, she hails from Des Moines, Iowa. Her mother is a Des Moinean. And, a lifelong. Anyhow, so, this is where she comes from, but I've just known her ever since high school. Yeah, I'm sure we did. Anyhow, so I'm going to introduce you.
So you get to pick what you need. You get to tell me, I'm gonna give you two options. What do you need to hear tonight from God? Would you like to hear about a talking donkey or that you are fearfully and wonderfully made? And all my people type in the chat, would you rather hear about the talking donkey, which is biblical? I will prove it to you eventually.
And vote for talking donkey.
Or would you like to hear fearfully and wonderfully made?
Can I hear the other one? Well, the donkey could be fearfully and wonderfully.
I think this is a trick question.
I vote for the donkey.
Donkey.
If you have your Bibles, I know, we're disciples.
Yes, it was.
Always on the list.
If you have your Bible, turn to the book of Numbers. Numbers, chapter 22. And verse, I'm going to start around verse 22, and I'm using the New Revised Standard Version. So if your version is different, the words might be different, but that's okay. And I invite you all. I see the pages still flipping. That's okay. Let's take a few deep breaths. Let's breathe in through our nose as best we can in mask, and out through our mouth. And I want you to try to keep your shoulders still so that you're forcing your body to actually use your diaphragm and to get the breath of life, ruah, as deep into your body as you can. So breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Filling your body with God's goodness. Exhaling all the stuff that you don't need. One more. In with God's goodness. And out with the things that you don't need. So let's hear from God's scripture. God's anger was kindled because he was going, and the angel of the Lord took his stand in the road as his adversary. Now he was riding on the donkey, and his two servants were with Balaam. The donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with a drawn sword in his hand. So the donkey turned off the road and went into the field. And Balaam struck the donkey to turn it back onto the road. Then the angel of the Lord stood in a narrow path between the vineyards with a wall on either side. And when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, it scraped against the wall, and it scraped Balaam's foot against the wall. So he struck the donkey again. And then the angel of the Lord went ahead and stood in a narrow place where there was no way to turn either to the right or to the left. And when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, it lay down under Balaam. And Balaam's anger was kindled, and he struck the donkey with his staff. Then the Lord opened the donkey's mouth, and it said to Balaam, "What have I done to you that you have struck me these 3 times?" Balaam said to the donkey, "Because you have made a fool of me. I wish I had a sword in my hand, I would kill you right now." But the donkey said to Balaam, "Am I not your donkey, which you have ridden all your life to this day? Have I been in the habit of treating you this way?" And Balaam said, "No." And then the Lord opened the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with his drawn sword in his hand. And Balaam bowed down, falling on his face. The angel of the Lord said to Balaam, "Why have you struck your donkey these 3 times? I have come out as an adversary because of the way you persevere before me. The donkey saw me and turned away from me these 3 times. If it had not turned away from me, surely just now I would have killed you and let the donkey live." I don't know about the week that you all have had. I've had a doozy. And I was in a meeting on Monday night, and I remember I was leading this meeting on the Zooms. And after hour 4, the words that came out of my mouth were, "I have just broken my brain. I need you all to help me because I can't get through this meeting anymore." And that is when I watched the people on the Zoom go, "Oh, someone's struggling. Let me help." And so people started typing in the chat, "This is the words that need to be in the minutes. This is how the motion needs to be worded." And everything came together, and guess what? We finally finished the meeting in 5 minutes. What obstacles are in our way that we are trying to avoid, trying to serve, but yet we need to stop and talk to and deal with? Or the other question that we can get from the story, what obstacles do we need to swerve around? And who's pointing these obstacles out to us? Are we listening to the people in our lives who are called to love us, to teach us, to trust us enough to deal with the things in our life? But sometimes when an angel of the Lord is standing in front of us, we want to go the other way, or we don't want to see. And then we make assumptions and we start to blame others. We fight back. We all come from many different places. I love that we have people from across the United States with us because we can have Zoom. And we're all dealing with so many different things in our lives, right? But this weekend, God has called us here for reasons some of us will share and some of us will keep in our hearts. And I believe God has called us here to be God's people, to learn from each other, to be refreshed, and to maybe go around stumbling blocks or confront some stumbling blocks, and to hear God truly speak to us in unique and surprising ways. If a donkey shows up tomorrow, let me know. So I invite you to take a moment to think quietly to yourself. What do you need to hear from God this weekend? I'm going to change the question. What does God need to tell you this weekend? What does God, the Holy Spirit, Yahweh, Elohim, I am who I am, whoever God is to you, what does that entity, that being, God, need to speak to you? I invite you to find a comfortable way to be in body. If you need to stand up, stand up. If you want to lay down, lay down. If you're lying in a chair, be in a chair. But let us go before our God in prayer this time. God of so many names that we can't even begin to list them all if we try. Thank you for bringing this group of people together, either physically or electronically. God, we ask that you be with us this entire weekend and beyond. Help us to be refreshed, to be nourished, to be encouraged. Help us to listen to each other, but ultimately to listen for you, God. Whether it's in a scribble on a piece of paper, a song in our mind, a prayer on our hearts, or the beauty of nature that surrounds us. God, we invite you to remind us of your constant presence in our lives, in this space, in each other. Bless us, guide us, teach us, encourage us, and let us be bold as we explore our faith together this weekend. Give us a peaceful rest and a gentle morning. We can do it all again tomorrow. Amen. I think we have break time.
Yeah.
If you need it.
Yeah, we'll have break time and then we'll kind of bring out the food, the good stuff. But yeah, if you need a break or something, go ahead and we'll kind of start setting up places. We got tables for you to eat, so that's good.